What's going on, guys? Luke here with Wilson Auto Detailing. I'm a pro detailer based out of Nashville, Tennessee, and today I've got a minivan with all the doors open in the garage because we're treating all of the leather seats in this relatively new minivan, and I want to show you guys a product that I've never shown on the channel. So this is basically what I would call like a traditional ceramic coating for leather seats, and the prime time to put this on leather seats is, of course, when they are new. This is from Dr. Beasley, and it comes with two basic products and an applicator. I want to show you guys what this is. You've got number one, a foam applicator. Number two, you have a leather coating prep product here that we're obviously going to use before we put the coating on, and then you've got the coating itself, the Leather Lock Pro. Now let's go ahead and read the instructions. Shake the leather prep coating, spray it on the surface and wipe it off. Repeat until all the leather surfaces are prepped. This will allow the Leather Lock Pro to cure correctly. Shake the Leather Lock Pro and prime the foam applicator with 8 to 10 drops. Move the foam applicator over the surface and use the edge of the applicator to ensure that you're getting all the areas. Allow the surface to cure for 20 to 30 minutes. Wipe off with a fresh towel. Repeat those things until all the surfaces are treated, and add 3 to 4 more drops when you move to a new leather seat or a new panel of the leather seat. After the Leather Lock Pro is applied, liquids and dirt will be repelled from the leather surface. Wipe up will be easy. All right, let's apply this to this leather seat. All right, it's important to say that all of the leather seats in this vehicle have been cleaned previously with an all-purpose cleaner just about 5-10 minutes ago, so they're all cleaned at a basic level. The surface prep here is going to just remove any last-minute oils or cleaning residue before we apply the actual coating to the leather. Now, some of you guys are wondering, how do I keep my leather from cracking, having to take it to an upholstery person? This is how you do it. It's using a product like this. So I'm going to shake up the product. I'm going to spray it all over this area here, just the face, no other area. I'm gonna let it sit for, let's say, 20 to 30 seconds. Now, the directions tell me to put it directly onto my microfiber towel, but I'm just testing it a little bit in different situations here to make sure that it's not going to do anything if I spray it directly onto the leather. It's just one of the ways that I kind of get to know a product, but I will probably use my microfiber towel to apply it from here on out just because it allows me to use a little bit less product. Now, my green towel was for cleaning. My blue towel is gonna be for the coating itself. So I'm gonna grab my foam applicator. I'm gonna grab the coating, shake it up just like this. Now, when I'm applying this coating, I actually misunderstood the directions at first. What we want to do is apply, let's say, 10 drops of the coating to the applicator pad, and we're gonna let the liquid coating sit on top of the leather for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna coat the entire bottom half, then the top half of this seat, using the edges of my applicator to get in between the seams. It's really, really clear where this has been applied and where it hasn't. I can see as clear as day the areas that still need it. It's not like it's clear and you can't really see where it was if you're working on like a ceramic coating on dark paint. So as I apply this to all parts of the leather, I'm literally letting this sit for 20 to 30 minutes, okay? So here we go, applying it to the rest of the leather seat, and I'll show you guys what the finish looks like after I get done. So I'm gonna show you guys in the light and without the light with my pen light here. You guys can see a few streaks like right here and right here where the coating is still drying. Again, this is gonna sit for 20 to 30 minutes. So my strategy here is simply gonna be to apply to the face of every leather seat. Then when I'm finished applying it to all of them, 30 minutes will have gone by, and I'll just start wiping it off, starting with this seat, moving to the next seat, the next seat, and the next seat in chronological order. But one of the things I want you guys to see is that this is really shiny right here, right? Normally leather has a more matte appearance like this, right? No real sheen or shine. Here, you can see really, really shiny. So what I wanna know is, when I wipe this off, is it gonna keep this really shiny appearance? Is it gonna get a little bit more matte? What's gonna happen as it kind of cures here? And I can see things kind of turning a little bit more matte as it dries over here, and the wet spots stay a little bit more shiny, but I imagine as they dry, they'll get a little bit less shiny. You can see that reflection in the light there. Now, as I'm applying to the second seat here, I wanna comment on the number one thing I'm noticing, which is the directions tell you 3 to 4, maybe 5 drops after the pad has been primed is enough for your continual application. I'm really not finding that to be true at all. I'm having to use a lot more than I anticipated from reading the directions. So here, a little bit doesn't necessarily go a long way. Now, when we talk about a little bit going a long way or not a long way, I want to show you what I'm talking about. I got about 10 drops on this pad. I'm going to start right here, and I want you guys to see how shiny that is. I'm going to move down here. Watch as it stops getting so shiny as I move about right here. So you guys can see as I'm moving across, I'm basically getting no sheen at all, okay? So check it out. There's basically a line right here where I run out of this obvious kind of good amount of coating that I can see really clearly, and I can pull some of it down like that when I go horizontally, vertically, kind of a cross hatch, but I'm gonna need to add more before I move on to another panel. And if I really want to get down here well, I'm gonna have to add a little bit more. So again, 8 to 10 drops really covered me about up to there. Now let's try to get a full picture of the after result here after 20 to 30 minutes of curing and then wiping off really simply. We can see that's the back seat. We'll look at the driver's side real quickly. Really in the camera, looks just like it did before. The only difference I could tell you is there is a minor sheen that's not even what I would call a shine. It's literally like a minor sheen of sun reflection on the leather where you can tell something is protecting it. Now I ripped off the label so you guys can see how much is left. I am at about right there in the bottle after coating the entire interior of the minivan leather seats. That's what I'm sitting with. Now, a couple notes about this product. A little bit does not go a long way, okay? So what I mean is the directions tell you that you're only gonna need 5 to 6 drops after the applicator is primed. The only time that I needed like 5 to 6 drops is at the very end when I was doing the driver's side and I was doing small sections. I was pouring at least 10 to 12 drops every single time I was pouring it on, and you guys could see about how much you get out of the product when you do 10 to 12 drops because I showed you guys that earlier. Secondly, as this cures and dries on the leather seats, it actually cures to kind of a matte finish. So when you're wiping it off afterwards, you kind of feel like you're not really wiping anything off. It really does seem like kind of like a lotion seeps in and dries to your skin sort of effect. That's what's happening with this leather coating. Just kind of seeps in, dries to a matte finish. And thirdly, it's worth noting that I actually did leave the coating on these 2 leather seats for a little bit longer than 30 minutes, probably close to like 38 minutes, and it was no problem. You can't tell any difference. It wasn't any more difficult to remove. It wasn't any more shiny or matte. It looked just the same as everything else. Now for the professional, this is an unbelievable add-on product or add-on service for an interior ceramic coating that's going to last a long time on these leather seats. Yes, we will be making future videos about how it's holding up, but this is actually how, whether you're a consumer or you're a pro, you keep leather seats in perfect condition. It's not just some spray coating. It's not just some spray interior ceramic coating. It is an actual leather coating like this that comes in a glass bottle like this that's going to actually keep these leather seats from cracking, from peeling, from flaking off, and from even kind of the discoloration from the sun over time. So listen guys, if you got value out of this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button because you'll get more videos every single week if you do, just like this. And as always, the products here will be linked in the YouTube description box below if you're interested in checking them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you in the next video.